A man in his 20s moved into a new neighborhood, into a conjoining unit that was two-story home with 2 bedrooms. As time went along, he was told the house next door was haunted. At first he thought, no, that can't be true. About 3 months gone by, his cousin's wife had moved in to house on other side. Time had passed. One day, his cousin had told him that local neighborhood kids had broken a window and asked the man and his teenage male housemate to break in and take door. So man, not believing the house was haunted, agreed so late that night at around 2 p.m. they climbed through broken glass window with screwdriver. The older man walked up to laundry window, unlocked it from the top, heard click as lock reached halfway. So he opened the window, had shut the window, locked it and begun to walk away. To his surprise, he heard the same click, so looked around only to see window opening by it. Freaked out, the man and his housemate unscrew the door and take it out the window back to their house next day. The younger housemate was heading to school when he was pushed from behind, when turned around to find no one was there. Later that night, the lights began to flicker. Footsteps were coming from the stairs the younger housemate had taken off to his stepdad's. As older housemate had got in old Holland Commodore VH and drove to family friend's house 2 suburbs away, knowing that PPL there might have some advice, being they were spiritual. As he walked into kitchen, the lady of the house said, "You look like you seen a ghost." As man had gone white in color and responded, "I think I might have upset one lady." Said, "What did you do?" He replied with, "I took a door." The lady got up from chair. She was sitting at a table, walked into other room, came back out, looked at the man, said, "He wants his door back." After they had a coffee, he left in his car. Upon arriving home, he flicked on right-hand side turn signal and got stuck. So he stopped at end of the driveway and had noticed a man wearing a black and white checkered shirt, long beard and a cap. He was about 6 feet tall. The fence was 5 foot, watching over the fence. The man thought that must be new neighbors that moved in that day he spoken to earlier that day. Just then the turn signal started flashing again, so he decided to go knock on the door, asks to see Lee. They invited him in. He asked, "Lee, was you outside today about 15 minutes ago?" He replied, "No, not since 6 p.m. The sun was up." The man looked him, said, "I just seen someone in your yard." Described what he seen. His wife looked at him with pale white face. He said, "You look like you seen a ghost," with a gulp. She said, "No, but think you have. You just described down to T. My uncle who died in driveway of heart attack 10 years ago." The man then went on to explain about the door and window and what he seen. Lee's wife then said, "So you meet my grandfather?" Then he looked across back at her and said, "What you mean?" She said, "He lived in house for many years till he took his last breath in. His chair in living room. He would have opened the window." "Okay," the man said, and got up, rushed home, took the door back to the PPL who now lived in the unit next door, as left after bout. Half hour it began to rain with thunder and lightning. The as man left as went past the window. Lighting hit and seen a shadow of man watching him. The next morning he found a note. Its edges were burned and smoke swirled up to form the face of a smiling old man as a whisper said, "Thank you." He glanced back down at the note, which reads, "Thanks for bringing it back." It was getting drafty just before the paper itself faded into nothing.